Okay. I am making another Fabled fiendsmith deck profile. Just because it's been a while since my last one, and I've managed to get the fiendsmith stuff again. And so I figured why not do a little update to my Fabled deck that I made before. I really like how the Fabled cards work because they have the if this card is discarded, then something happens. Usually it special summons itself. Such as one of the 3 copies of Fabled Lurie. Let's see, make sure there's center. Fabled Lurie's only effect is if it's discarded, it special summons itself. And that same effect is also applied to the 3 copies of the Fabled Cerberus. The only difference is Fabled Cerberus is a level 2 Beast Tuner, whereas Lurie is a level 1 Fiend. And next I play 3 copies of the Fabled Behemoth. Fabled Behemoth has the effect of, if it's in your hand, you can discard 2 or more Fabled monsters, including this card, to summon a Synchro monster from your extra deck. I don't remember it has to be a Fabled. You special summon a Fabled Synchro monster from your extra deck with a level equal to the levels of the cards you discarded. And then let's see, I forget the other effect that Fabled Behemoth has. Let's see, she has Synchro Summon. If this card is sent from the hand to the graveyard, if a card or cards is sent from your hand to the graveyard while this card is in your graveyard, except during the damage step, banish this card's persona a Fabled monster from your hand. That's what its other effect was. Next, I play 1 copy of Fabled Abunk. Fabled Abunk has the effect that if it's in the graveyard, you can discard a Fabled monster to special summon itself, but its banishment leaves the field. You can only use that effect of Abunk once per turn. Next, I play 2 copies of Fabled Cruise. Fabled Cruise has the effect that if it's discarded to the graveyard, target 1 other level 4 or lower monster. I don't know why my mouth doesn't want to work there. But you target 1 other level 4 or lower Fabled monster in your graveyard and special summon that target. Basically, that just means you can't use the effect and target the same cruise. Now, if you have multiple crews in the graveyard, then you can target the other one, but you can't target itself. Next, I play the best normal summon of the deck, which is 3 copies of Fabled Raven. Fabled Raven has the once per turn effect of letting you discard any number of cards to increase its level and attack by 400. Increase the level by 1 and attack by 400 for each card you discarded. Which usually, if using that effect, it's just like, oh, I need to make this level 5. So I'll discard Fabled Lurie and 1 other card to make it level 5. Or you need to make it level... No, I think level 5 Synchro. You make it level 4, use Lurie as level 1. Or one thing you could do with this is activate Raven, discard Lurie, Cerberus, and 2 other cards. Make this card... No. And 1 other card to make it level 5. Tune it with Lurie, and then tune Cerberus with the Synchro monster you just made and make a Crystal Wing. That's what I was thinking of. Anyway, back to the actual video itself, and what's going on with this. There you go. I play 1 copy of Fabled Kushana. This card has the effect that if it's in your graveyard, you can discard a Fabled monster to the grave, and then add Fabled Kushana to your hand. And I also play 2 copies of the Fabled Ganashia. This is another free body. And then, but this one will also gain 200 attack, but it's banished when it leaves the field. Next, I play 3 copies of Fabled Marcosia. Fabled Marcosia has 2 effects where, if it's in your hand, you can discard up to 2 Fabled monsters except for another Fabled Marcosia, including another Fable. You discard 2 monsters, including a Fable that's not Marcosia. Special summon itself, and then if Marcosia is discarded, then you can add a Fabled spell or trap from your deck to your hand. You see, I believe it also... Okay, and when you summon it, it gains 200 attack for each monster discarded, so it becomes 2100. It'll be a 2100 body. Next, I play 3 copies of Fabled Grimrow. Fabled Grimrow's only effect is if you control a Fabled monster, you can send it from your hand to the graveyard. 4 costs to then add a Fabled monster from your deck to your hand except for another Grimrow. And then lastly, just because of how I have this deck built, I play one copy of Fabled Sulcius. Fabled Sulcius has the effect of letting you special summon it from the graveyard by sending 2 cards from your hand to the graveyard. As this card is only in here to help with wave hiking Caesar plays. And next, I play one copy of Lacrima of the Crimson Tears. Or Lacrima of the Crimson Tears. This card has the effect of... Let's see, where is it? Oh, there it is. If this card is normal special summon, you can send one fiendsmith card from your deck to the graveyard. Except for another copy of Lacrima. During your opponent's turn, if this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, target a fiendsmith link monster in your graveyard. Shuffle this card into the deck, and if you do, special summon that monster. You can use this effect of Lacrima of the Crimson Tears once per turn. Next, I play 3 copies of Fiendsmith Engraver. Fiendsmith Engraver has the effect of you can discard this card to add a Fiendsmith spell or trap from your deck to your hand. And then you can target a Fiendsmith equipped card you control and one monster on the field, send them to the graveyard. If this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle one other light fiend monster in your graveyard into the deck or extra deck to special summon itself. And you can use each effect of Fiendsmith Engraver once per turn. And then the last thing that I decided to add that I realize is really good for this deck. 3 copies of, I think it was pronounced Buio, the Dawn's Light. I don't know how to pronounce it, I just know it's Italian for dark. But it has the effect of monsters in your leftmost and rightmost main monster zones cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Buio, the Dawn's Light, once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can target one fiend effect monster you control, negate its effects, and if you do, special summon this card. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one Mutiny in the Sky from your deck to your hand. That's the effect that's most wanted here. If it's sent to the graveyard, add a Mutiny in the Sky. Which, speaking of, I play one copy of Mutiny in the Sky. Mutiny in the Sky has the effect of letting you fusion summon a fiend or fairy fusion monster from your extra deck by shuffling fiend and or fairy monsters from your graveyard into the deck as material. And if it's in the graveyard, you can send one fiend or fairy from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard to return this card to the hand. And you can only use each effect of Mutiny in the Sky once per turn. Next, I play one copy of Stairway to a Fabled Realm. This card has the effect of when activated, it lets you send a Fabled monster from your deck to the graveyard. Which, in this case, it'd either be Sulcius, Kushano, or a Bonk. But then it also has the effect of you can target a Fabled monster in your graveyard, discard 2 cards, and if you do, add that monster to your hand. You can only use that effect of Stairway to a Fabled Realm once per turn. If your Fabled monster attacks an opponent's monster, and you have less cards in your hand than your opponent, your monster gains attack equal to the difference in the number of cards times 200 during the damage calculation only. You only activate one Stairway to a Fabled Realm once per turn. The main thing you want it for is just when activated, Foolish as a Fable, and then you can discard 2 cards to get a Fable back from grave. Next, I play 3 copies of Fabled Realms Revival. Fabled Realms Revival has the effect of when this card is activated, you can set a Fabled spell trap from your deck. Except for another copy of this card. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when you synchro summon a Fabled synchro monster. Once per turn, you can discard one Fabled card, then activate one of the following effects. Draw a card, or special summon a Fabled monster from your graveyard or banishment. And you will use each effect of Fabled Realms Revival once per turn. Next, I play 3 copies of Fiendsmith's Tract. Fiendsmith's Tract has the effect of letting you add a light fiend monster from your deck to your hand, then discard 1 card. And then you can banish it from the graveyard in order to fusion summon a Fiendsmith fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand or field. You will use that effect of Fiendsmith's Tract once per turn. And then lastly, for the main deck, I play 2 copies of Fabled Treason. Fabled Treason lets you target a Fabled monster in your graveyard, and a face-up card on the field. You discard a card, and if you do, special summon the target monster from the graveyard, and then destroy the target on field. And you will activate 1 Fabled Treason per turn. And the main deck is 42 cards. There are a few things I might change, like I might take out Fabled Ganassia, And if I do take out Ganasha, then I can either add 2 more cards, which, if I do, would probably be Harpy's Feather Duster and Called by the Grave. Just to deal with back row and hand traps. Or even just say screw it, 2 Droll. But I know that compared to a couple of my friends, I'm weird in the fact that I like playing 42 cards. So realistically, you can just take out the Ganashias, and that's 40. And for the extra deck, make sure I have it all in the correct order that I would like. Okay. I play 1 copy of Fiendsmith's Requiem. Fiendsmith's Requiem has the effect of you can only special summon it once per turn. During the main phase, as a quick effect, you contribute it, special summon a Fiendsmith monster from your hand or deck. And then, while it's in the graveyard, let's see, make sure. Okay, while it's on the I already messed up. While it's on the field or in the graveyard, you can target 1 non-link fiend monster you control and equip it with this card. And then it's treated as an equipped spell that gives the equipped monster a stationary attack. You can use each effect of Requiem once per turn. Next, I play 1 copy of Fiendsmith's Sequence. Sequence has the effect during the main phase. You can fusion summon a fiend fusion monster from your extra deck by shuffling its materials from your graveyard into the deck. And then you can target 1 light non-link fiend monster you control. Equip this card from your field or graveyard to that monster as an equipped spell with the following effect. Your opponent cannot target the equipped monster with card effects. You can only use each effective sequence once per turn. And then next, I play 1 copy of Fiendsmith's Agnamunde. Agnamunde has the effect of... There it is. Once per turn, as a quick effect, you can target 1 light non-link fiend monster in your graveyard. Special summon it, and if you do, equip this card you control to that monster as an equipped spell with the following effects. The equipped monster gains attack equal to the total link rating of link monsters equipped to it times 600. And then if the equipped monster attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. So just by equipping itself, it gives the equipped monster 1800 attack points. And I'm just now noticing the 3 link monsters have attack equal to their link rating times 600. Next, I play 1 copy of Fiendsmith's Lacrima. Fiendsmith's Lacrima has the effect of monsters your opponent controls lose 600 attack. You can only use each of its following effects of this card once per turn. If this card is fusion summoned, you can target 1 of your light fiend monsters that's banished on your graveyard, add it to your hand, or special summon it. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle 1 other light fiend from your graveyard into the deck or extra deck to inflict 1200 damage to your opponent. Next, I play 1 copy of Fiendsmith's Desiree as the last Fiendsmith monster of the deck, with an exception to 1 being an honorary member, where it has the quick effect of being able to negate the effects of a number of face-up cards on the field, up to the number of the total link rating of the link monsters equipped to it. Meaning you equip it with Agnamunde, then it can target up to 3, it negates the effects of up to 3. So I remember correctly, it does not actually target to negate. It does not. And let's see, what was the rest of it? Negate their effects till the end of the turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle 1 other light fiend monster from your graveyard into the deck or extra deck. Target on the card in the field and send it to the graveyard. You can only use each affected Desiree once per turn. And then the honorary member is of Fiendsmiths I consider to be Triple D Wave High King Caesar, as pretty much every Fiendsmith deck that plays Fiendsmith also plays Caesar, because level 6 Fiends is not hard to get on the field with Fiendsmith. But Caesar just has the effect of when a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated with the effect of special summoning monster, you can detach a material and negate that effect. You can do that effect more than once per turn. And you get the activation if you do destroy that card. Then you can make 1 other... Okay, that effect doesn't apply. If this card's into the graveyard, then that effect doesn't apply. So the main thing it's in here for is just special summoning negates. And next, and to finish off the fusions, since I already finished off the Xyz monsters, and links, I play 1 copy of Loose the Dusk's Dark. Loose the Dusk's Dark has the effect of monsters in your leftmost and rightmost monster zones cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can only use each of the following effects of this card once per turn. Or you can target 1 card your opponent controls, send a fiend or fairy from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, destroy that card. If another card or cards you control is destroyed by card effect, except during the damage step, you can target one card in the field and destroy it. For the synchros, I play one copy of Fabled Gamagen. Fabled Gamagen has the effect of your opponent cannot target other Fabled synchro monsters you control with card effects. You can only use each of its following effects once per turn. With this card synchro summoned, you can special summon a Fabled monster from your hand or deck. And then if this card is sent to the graveyard, draw cards equal to the number of Fabled synchro monsters you control, then discard one card. Speaking of, I play two copies of Fabled Ragin. Fabled Ragin has the effect when it's synchro summoned, then you get a draw until you have two cards in your hand. Ordinarily, when this card is being summoned, you'll have no cards, so you'll get to draw two. Essentially, this is just walking Pot of Greed. Then next, I play one copy of Fabled Andraith. Fabled Andraith has the effect of if it's synchro summoned, if this card is special summoned, your opponent can discard one card to negate this effect. Otherwise, you get draw two cards and discard one. If a monster is sent from your opponent's hand to the graveyard, except during the damage step, then you can target one of those monsters, special summon to your field, but it negates effects. And you can only use that effect of Andraith. Correction, you can only use each effect of Andraith once per turn. Next, I play one copy of Groza, the Tyrant of Thunder. This card I feel like is an honorary Fabled monster, even though it looks more like a Dark World monster. Where during your opponent's main phase as a quick effect, you can target one effect monster on the field. Discard a monster. If you do, negate that monster's effects till the end of this turn. And you will use that effect of Groza once per turn. And then if a fiend monster is sent from your hand to the graveyard, then you can apply one of the following effects till the end of the turn. Or you can make it so that Groza can't be destroyed at battle. Groza cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Or you can make it so your opponent cannot target Groza with card effects. And then next, I play one copy of Fabled Valkyris. Fabled Valkyris has the effect of once per turn, you can discard a fiend monster and draw one card. That's about it. It's just in here be a level 8 body that lets you discard and draw one. And then lastly, I play two copies of Fabled Levi-Lazabel. Fabled Levi-Lazabel has the effect of once per turn during the main phase. As a quick effect, you contribute any number of Fabled monsters, and if you do, take control of that many face-up monsters your opponent controls. However, their effects are negated. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one other Fabled card in your graveyard, return this card to the extra deck, and if you do, add that target to your hand. You can only use each effect of Fabled Levi-Lazabel once per turn. But that is it for my Fabled fiendsmith deck profile. If you have any ideas what I can do to improve the deck, any ideas for decks like to see made in the future, or decks like to see face each other, feel free to comment down below. I always read the comments and I always try suggestions. And if you're still here, thanks for watching.